the door to what's called a short squeeze. There's an awful lot of sellers in here that's causing this to become a short squeeze opportunity. And that short squeeze opportunity takes you to the next wholesale price. Even though that macro is still in place, the macro is still in place, that short-term value adjustment allows you to then start thinking about the possibility of picking up the whole trade again, and you start the whole process over again. You might see something like this happening, and you see this opportunity to start working short again. But if the short term does that again, guess what, guys? That's going even higher. It's going to go to the next strike. It's going to go to the next wholesale price. It's going to go to the next biggest area that we want to pay some sort of attention to. And that's what we obviously have to understand about value. Macro and short term. Macro is what builds when short term is in your favor that suddenly goes against the macro trade. And this is what creates this big picture macro, because in a big macro chart, of course, what's happening is this. That's what's happening on a macro chart. That's what creates macro value. It's the fact that oil prices weren't able to sell off behind the dollar dropping, which may suggest, of course, that somebody had been buying oil more aggressively than we had perhaps anticipated. And for that reason, we obviously just take our foot off the gas on the sell side, either let the squeeze go through, the short selling squeeze, or alternatively try and jump on board for the squeeze higher and then start the process all over again. But it's obviously important that we put the short-term value back in our favor, okay? We need to make sure that the value itself and the short swings are still working unless we're at a price called a guaranteed premium. Very important that we try and establish if we are at a guaranteed premium level. So we'll be getting started in Classroom, guys, in just a few minutes. We'll touch on this again so that we can make sure everybody does properly understand what we are babbling on about. Grab yourself a coffee. We'll get started in 60 seconds.